Alright, here we go. RWRS XFINITY Showdown Series. Week 3 already, 25% of the way through the season after this one's complete. We're here at Talladega for 75 laps to settle this one. We got 6 of the best drivers out here. Let's take you through the field real quick. Pole sitter might be a bit of a surprise. New to the league. Not new to winning races and running up front, that's for sure. Just usually see him doing stuff on the dirt, but he's coming out here tonight. He's going to show us what he can do in the Xfinity car. You're looking at Tony Martin's 022 right there. He's out of Findlay, Ohio. Outside of him, we got a familiar face, 84. Backdraft Motorsports owner-operator Stephen Hott. And starting P3. Always love to see the OG 84 right there. Mr. John Walker. Clarks Hill, South Carolina, and that Walker Ridge Plantation again, OG 84. Outside of him, another familiar face, J. Style Mullen in that throwback 22. A nod to Ernie Irvin. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. Racing for Backdraft Motorsports tonight. Back there, starting in 5th place tonight. The Rat, Stu Rat. Matthew Stewart, the 19 car. Trademark orange and purple and black. He's out of Red Oak, Texas. And last but not least, Will Hott, Chase Hott. Also out of Hillsborough, New Hampshire, racing for Backdraft Motorsports in that 98 car. Saw the back there, he says, I'd think twice. Yeah, I think I would think twice maybe. When I go up and get close to that thing. I don't know. We'll see what he can do tonight though. What's the conditions they're going to be racing in? Well, I'm glad you asked. 78 degrees, 45% humidity, nothing you wouldn't expect here in a hot, sticky Talladega afternoon. Let's see what these guys can do. Let's go racing. Pole sitter Tony Martin's going to take him off down there in turn 1 as they're too wide. Right behind him, John Walker. Leading that outside line, the 84 of Stephen Hott. J. Style Mullen trying to give him a push. Trying to get lined up, get something going. We got 4 members of one team. And then we got 2 independent operators. Oh, Jace Style Mullen pulls down right in front of 022 there. Tony had to check up just a little bit for that one. They're getting up to speed now. Trying to pick a line, pick a partner, pick a strategy. 75 laps here. These guys are running 50% fuel. So we know they're going to have to make more than a couple stops. Tires? Do we need tires at a super speedway? I don't know. I don't think you need tires at a super speedway. Might come into play. As they're single file, they're headed off into turn 3. Everything looking pretty orderly right now. I don't think it's going to stay that way, though. I just don't see it. You see the intervals at the top there with the ticker. Just how close everybody's running. Style Mullen taking a peek outside. Could just be cooling that car off a little bit. John Walker looking for a high line out there, looking for a friend to go with him. Here we go. Now we're going to start to get racy. Down the backstretch, Stu Rat pushing a little hot. Tony, he's dipped out. He says, go ahead, give me a push. Let's go. We'll get a second line formed up. Jace Hot looks like he's going to do that. Jace looking to the outside. He's going to make it 3 wide here going through the tri-oval. He's got help from Stu Rat behind him. And we are 3 wide. Across the stripe there. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's close. 22 and the 022 about making contact there. Tony wisely backs out of that one. As we're only 5 of 75 in the books here. That's really risky to be doing that early. Stu Rat looking to the outside of Jace Hot here. They head off down into 3. They're 3 wide again, almost 4 wide there for a second. Boys are getting racy. There are bonus points, 1 available for leading the most laps. So if people want to get up there and lead laps, there's a bonus point for leading a lap. Coming into this points battle is very tight, within only a few points. See J-Style Mullen get down on the apron there just a little bit. That'll get these cars loose. Real upset. Can definitely have a big incident. That 022 pulls alongside John Walker. Tony maybe trying to side draft the pack back. Looks like it's working. Guess he's able to side draft J-Style Mullen back a little bit. Looks like Tony might got some help here. He does. The 84 gets up in front of him, going to block that run. That puts 4 cars up top, 2 at the bottom. It's going to be a whole lot more momentum there. That top line. Oh, and the 022 says, I'm going to lead some laps, and he goes to the inside. And the 84 make contact. Stu Rat up to the bumper of the 84. Stu Rat's going to give Stephen Hott a push down the backstretch here. 2 places forward, though. There's more energy going to be on that inside line. And it's the shorter way around the track. Jace Hott pushing Tony Martin out front here. J-Style Mullen, he pops up in front of Stephen Hott. They're going to get a train of 3 going here. Jace Hott is locked on to Tony Martin's bumper there. John Walker's closing in on the back of Jace Hott. They're going to get formed up there. Jace Hott jumps out of line. Maybe he's looking to lead some laps here. His dad giving him a push down the backstretch. Father-son duo. Jason and Stephen Hott up high. They're going for the lead. Down low, Tony Martin, John Walker, J-Style Mullen, Matthew Stewart. Matthew Stewart, J-Style Mullen move up to that high side. We'll see at the stripe here if Jace Hott's going to lead this lap. Going to be Jace or is going to be Tony. Jace Hott will have that one at the stripe. So he'll get a point for a lap lead here. You see when there's more cars lined up in one line, that's where more energy is going to be. That's why you see those 4 cars were able to just pull away as the 84 Stephen Hott, 98 of Jace Hott pull down to that bottom line. Try to go the shorter way around the track. They get down in front of Tony and John Walker there. Meanwhile, Stu Rat and J-Style Mullen, they're still formed up on the top. Stu Rat, no stranger to super speedways. The super speedway specialist of Backdraft Motorsports, they call him. And we're 3 wide again. You got Tony Martin hung out to dry in the middle there. John Walker pushing Jace Hall to the low side. And there's contact. Oh, the 22. He gets into the 84. Oh, and there's big damage back there on the 22. Big damage. Oh, man. No caution out on the speedway. Your leaders up front, they keep it going. Definitely sustained some damage in that crash for sure. Not nearly what that 22 at Jace Dalmolin did, though. His car is beat up. John Walker off the pace a little bit. It looks like he's got some damage there on the left rear of his car. Hey, you see it right there, the deck lid all banged up. The OG 84. Debuting a new paint scheme tonight, John Walker. Hate to see it all banged up this early. And John's going to go ahead and take that thing down pit road. So here comes Stu Rat. And your leaders up front. See the damage there, heavy damage. The 84, Stephen Hott on the right side of that car. I think everyone might have got a little piece of that one. You see the gaps over there on the left-hand side. I don't know how they're going to get this formed back up. 84, he's going to duck out. He's looking for Jace to give him a push. Jace is going to do just that. Locks onto the bumper. You see the OG 84 of John Walker. He's coming out of the pits just now. And he's going to try to get up to speed. Jace Dalmolin and Stu Rat have hooked back up. See if they can't catch up to the 084 there. John Walker. And it looks like they're going to be looking to do just that. John off the track there a little bit. Oh, John's car just disappeared. John's car is gone. Suddenly. I don't know if he had internet connection issues or what happened there. But it is no more. That 84, Stephen Hott is banged up. I know he can't wait to pit. That car is in rough shape out there. Whoa, Jace Hott getting squirrely with it down the backstretch. Well, there's your leaders, Stephen Hott, Jace Hott, Tony Martin. Currently right now, Jace Dalmolin and John Walker both 1 lap down. And Stu Rat, you see there's about 9 seconds behind your leaders. He's back there formed up with Jace Dalmolin. I know Jace was wishing there was a caution for that one. Sometimes though, big tracks like this, if the cars are out of the way, iRacing is just not going to throw a caution. And that's the way it falls. Back up front, Chase Hott still pushing the 84 of his dad, Stephen Hott. He dips out. You looking to go high here? He may just be cooling that car off. I think he was cooling that car off. Gets a run to the high side. The 84 is going to move up. And right back to pushing goes Chase. Dip back down in front of the 022 there. And the 84, the 98, and the 022 of Tony are back in line. Logging laps. 16 coming to 17 of 75 in the books here at Talladega. Third week of the RWRS XFINITY Showdown Series. Stu Rat, Jace Dalmolin still nose to tail, working their way back up. You see that gap is closing in. They've managed to close in about 3 seconds of it so far. See right there in the ticker, John Walker out of this one. Internet connection issues that took him out. And dipping into the pits are our leaders. So here we go. How is this going to work out? '84 stopped in his box. 22 stopped in his box. The 84 is out. Looks like that may have been a fuel-only stop. Tony lagging a little bit behind here. Oh, him and the 22 get into it. Race off pit road. They got to stay below that blend line when they come out of turn 2 here. Oh, very close. The 22 of Dalmolin. Fortunate for Tony Martin that Stu Rat and Dalmolin came down pit road, because if not, you're looking at the gap there. That is a massive gap to try and overcome. If you're on your own out here, you get caught out of the draft. It is not going to happen. But you're going to see the 3 of them form up. Dalmolin, Martin, and Stu Rat. They're going to be able to work their way right back up. Problem close in on these leaders up here. versus 2 is going to win all day long in the draft at Talladega. That gap is pretty much closed now. Jace now sniffing a draft off the back of that 98. Jace hot. Go 22 on the line here. See if you can side draft that pack back. That is an entire team versus a single car. So that is quite the feat the 022 is going to have to pull off here. Get a decent finish and finish in front of this team before. I guarantee they're on the radio talking to one another, strategizing with one another, and the 022 is out there just having to figure this out on his own. That is a lonely spot to be, but he is staying in there. Almost a third of the race in the books, and he's right where you want to be. Sometimes you don't want to be leading these super races at the end. You're kind of a sitting duck. Because you know the person that's pushing you, they want to cross the finish line first. So at some point, they're going to pull out. Right now, just logging laps. '98 still pushing the 84 up front. 84 is that compared to that earlier record. We do give the drivers one fast repair in this series. Well, we got a minute and we are in line and no pit stops and action coming up, hopefully, if the drivers keep everything tame for a little bit. Speaking of RWRS, it is Redemption Weekly Racing Series with us, Nancy. You can find us on Facebook. You can shoot us a message on there. We can get you into the Discord. And from there, instructions on how you can join the league. We race currently right now 4 different series. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All times are Eastern. We start at 9:30. On Sunday night, we have 2 races. Currently, those races on Sunday nights are the dirt superlate models. We're also running the Audi R8 GT3 series. On Friday nights, we run our Super Formula Lights, and then, of course, on Saturday nights, so you're watching it. It's our XFINITY Showdown series. Something cool about our league, we don't race for money. We race for trophies, first, second, third place, and points after 12 weeks in each one of our series. Gets a trophy mailed right to your house. And if you're asking, well, does it cost anything? Yes. As of June 1st, our league pricing is $10. I spoke $11 plus $10. $11 a month. And that'll get you access to every single one of our series. You can race as much or as little as you'd like. Does not matter to us. What's happening, you don't have to be here. You can't be here sometimes. And that's just fine. So no pressure. We don't have an iRating floor or an iRating cap, but we do screen people that come in and make sure that we can get the fairest, cleanest racing possible. So it's a fun league. Hit us up, and we'd love to chat and see if this might be the place that you can race. still the 84, being pushed by the 98. Behind him, 22 of J-Style Moore, 19 of Stu Rat, and the 022 of Tony Martin. Martin back there maybe fuel saving a little bit, biding his time. You see that 98 dipping out to get some fresh air. These Xfinity cars are one of only a couple of vehicles in this game that you're able to lock bumpers with in the draft, rather than having to just barely bump and get on. You can really lock right onto somebody and stay there, and it doesn't allow any airflow into the grill. A lap and a half around here, and you'll have your water temp in the red. These cars will blow up. We've seen it happen before. So you got to get some air to the front of that car, so there's a compromise there. Best draft, of course, is directly behind the car that you're pushing, but you got to dip out to get air. You got to dip out to get air. Nothing you can do about that. So only 5 remain tonight. A couple drivers out. Not here tonight. Kyle Boland, missing him. Seth Johnson also busy with family issues tonight. Of course, missing him. We'll see him in action tomorrow night on the dirt along with Kyle Boland. Someone else we usually see out here, Ryan. We don't have him out here tonight. Not exactly sure where he might be. Didn't hear from him tonight. He did not have the race that he wanted to have last night for sure. The Super Formula Light Series. But don't know. Who knows what he's busy with? Wyatt Walker also family business tonight, so we don't have the 85 Wyatt out here. So short field, but chance to make up some points for a lot of drivers here. Put themselves in a little better position for the end of the season. The 022 definitely looking to do that. Something else about RWRS, we don't do drops. Like, a lot of leagues will allow a drop or maybe 2 drops or whatever per 12-week season. It's just not something we do. Just try to encourage people to show up as much as they can, and it rewards the drivers who make the commitment to come out here and race every week, every night, whatever series they choose. 1, 2, 3, or all 4 right now. Opportunities are open as well. Suppose you want to run 358 modifieds or something. That's something that you can do within our series. Feel free to get with us. You can throw your business's name on that and race in your own series. You get to pick the tracks, you get to pick the conditions, pick the car. We can do that. We can do one-time events as well. So if you wanted to do a hill climb or something like that, obviously it's going to be cheaper to run something like that than it will be for, say, a 12-week series. But both are options. Logging laps here. Everybody keeping it kind of tame, keeping it in line. Stephen Hott, Jace Hott, J-Style Molan. He's in line in 3rd, but he's scored 5th right now because he's a lap down. So Stu Rat is actually sitting in 3rd. driver back there riding around biding his time is actually in 4th, looking like he's in 5th. The 022 there of Tony Martin. 32 of 75. We'll be coming up on pit stops here pretty quick. Especially that car out front. The car out front burns the most fuel. They don't get to lift. They're wide open the entire time around the track. But the guys behind have the luxury of lifting every once in a while, which can save you a lot of fuel when you're going 190 miles an hour. For example, let's look at the telemetry real quick on just one of these drivers here. Let's take a look at, say, Stephen Hobbs real quick. So he's 189 miles an hour heading down into turn 3. Whereas, let's look at Tony Martin here. And we'll watch his speed fluctuation. We see him down to 181 there through the trial. And he can just kind of hang out back there, get a run. 185 heading down into turn 1. And he's just kind of hanging out. Meanwhile, every time Stephen Hott gets a push there, Jace Hott, you're going to see that speed increase. That means the RPMs are going to increase. And that means ultimately fuel consumption is going to increase. So that's just a little insight there as to what's going on with telemetry with these guys. The weather today, of course, it is not January 1st, 1970. That would be way back in time. But mainly over here looking at, it's partly cloudy. And you got track temps of 111 Fahrenheit right now. Now that is hot. I mean, that is sizzling. Not the hottest we've ever seen, but it's within about 10-15 degrees of the hottest that I've seen. And that sort of track temp will eat these tires up. And the only one to get tires last time was that 022 of Tony Martin. So these guys up front, you know, some of that sliding around there that Jace Hott's doing might not be cooling that car off. That may just be lack of control because he didn't put tires on. You can run these super speedway races if you're running only 75 laps like we are here today on one set of tires, but it's not going to be comfortable. You're going to get to a point where that car is going to want to push in the corners, and it's only going to get worse as the day goes on. The track temp gets hotter, the tires get hotter, get more greasy, and you start trying to control some of these bumps. Gets a little dicey. Thought they were dipping onto pit road there. Not this time by. So they'll complete lap 36 there at the stripe. Mid backstretch here, we'll be at exactly halfway. We'll see if they're going to bring it in on this time. Will the drivers pit this time by? Can they get onto pit road in an orderly fashion? Is that why the 022 is hanging back? He doesn't know. Here they come. They are coming this time. All 5 of them dip down. Oh, and Jace Hott locks it up as he's going into the pits there. My goodness. And he puts himself in the wall. That's the danger right there. The 022 overshot his pit box. The 84 is going to be getting service this time. Tires. 022 and the 22 are down and away. 19 down and away as well. Stu-Rat. 84 is away. Jace Hot with damage and a speeding penalty. 40 seconds. Jace Hot with the black flag. Not what you want to see. So Tony Martin, he's going to make it off pit road first. That's your new leader. Out front by pretty big gap there. You see it on your left-hand side of your screen. Almost 4 seconds, but by himself. So this train of 3 backdraft cars, they will run him down. Short of spinning one another, which, well, we've seen that today. They should catch Tony Martin in short order. Jace Hot just now coming off pit road. He's going to try to stay below that blend line as he comes out of 2. There you go. Well done. You see the field there coming up on him. That pack of 3 led by Jace Downmolen backdraft cars. They have run down the 022. Tony. Downmolen's going to dip to the outside and lead that line of 3 around the top. The backdraft car is going to see if they can get away from the 022 of Martin. He's been doing a good job hanging on their bumper. Backdraft cars are getting kind of squirrely. They got to stay in line if they want to make this work. This could be huge if they could get away from him. Really the only competition. 022's been strong today. Managed to stay out of all the trouble and stay up front with a pack that he does not even have comms with. So great work out of that 22 car today. See Jace Hot there in the 98, trying to link onto the back of his teammates. And Tony Martin, I think, sniffs that draft off that 98. As you watch the gap on the left-hand side. Leaders up front here doing everything they can to try to stay in line. They are all out of sorts though. Got to be in a straight line. And oh yeah, definitely. Tony's got that gap closed up on that 98. He's going to be able to push that 98 all the way up to this pack of 3. No problem for him. If that pack of 3 had stayed in a little better line, they might have made that strategy work. Stu-Rat, he gets loose. He's down bottom. Big moment for him. Jace Hott, he's up to the top. Being pushed by the 22 of Tony Martin. They got a big run. Jace Hott going to dip down, though, in front of Jace Dalmolin. Once again, leave the 022 out to dry. This poor guy, I've had clothes when I was a kid that were hung out to dry less than him. Out here by yourself on a super speedway with nothing but a team of 4 other cars working together, and you're still making it work. Can't tell you how hard that is to do. Right now, Martin is currently running, well, was second. He just took the lead from the 84, Stephen Hott. Let's see if the 19 of Stewart can push Hott back by him. Nope, not going to be able to do it there. He's going to get blocked. Stephen Hott dips back down bottom. Gets in behind Jace Dalmolin, gets that push from Stewart. And he's going to take the lead back. We'll see right here, they're trading it back and forth, back and forth. And that one, Tony's going to lead. Stephen Hott gets down on the apron there and gets loose. Tony Martin really side drafting that 84 backwards. Trying to get him away from the ball of that 22 car so he's not able to draft him. Ultimately, that bottom line is going to prevail here. And Tony will tuck back in behind Stewart. Stewart to the high side. He's going to push the 84 Stephen Hott here. Down bottom, Jace Dalmolin pushing Jace Hott. Once again, leaders side by side, the 022 and the 84. Second. Double files, they come out of turn 4. Stephen Hott, Matthew Stewart, Tony Martin. 1, 2, 3. Tony's going to make it 3 wide heading into 1. In the middle of the 4 backdraft cars. Stewart going to leave the 84 up high by himself. He's dipping back low. He's going to jump in behind that 22 of Jace Dalmolin. And down goes Stephen Hott. He's dipping in behind Stewart. He's got to close that hole up quick enough, though. He's able to get there before the 022 could sneak down in there. Once again, right there, you see Tony Martin trying to side draft that 84 backwards. Yet again, pull alongside the 84. It's just going to slow the 84's roll down. So Stewart, your leader, 2 lap cars in front of him, Jace Hott, Jace Dalmolin. Leading the train, though. Stephen Hott second. Tony Martin running in 3rd. Looking strong, promising for a podium. two Jaces aren't technically a lap down right now. Leaders are right there behind them. They have been a lap down. They managed to work their way out of that, but one move to the outside here by Stewart, or one like that by the 84 of Stephen Hott. And could easily make one or both of these guys lap cars. And Stewart does just that. As he pulls out and takes the lead. He's being pushed by the 022 Martin. And the 84 is going to tuck down in behind Martin. Changing up positions there quite a bit, but keeping it clean. 50 laps in the books, 25 to go here. 84, big move to the outside. 98's going to go with him to the top side. We'll see if they can make anything of this. Again, you got 2 up high, 3 down low. That energy is going to be down low. 84 sees it. He's going to pull back in behind Jace Dalmola. So pit stops have been about every 17, 18 laps or so, something like that. So within a few laps, we should see our leaders here coming in. And you saw the big mistake from the 98 when he was getting on pit road last time. That's all it takes to change the whole balance of the race. It's Tony Martin back out front. Seems like the team chemistry here might be starting to break down late in this one. As you see on the left-hand side of your screen there, 25 to go. Guys maybe starting to time their runs. Figure out who best to draft with. Rumor going around iRacing was that the Fords are the best cars to lead out front in these super speedways in this new build. That's what we got leading both these lines right now. 2 Fords. See on the left-hand side of your screen, manufacturer driver. Martin in a Ford, Stewart's in the Toyota. You got Hott in a Chevy. Not that is. And then you got Jace Dalmola. He's in a Toyota. Jace Hott. And John Walker before his internet expired tonight. He's running a Chevy. So the lone Chevy left out here, the 84 of Stephen Hott. It's the 022 Ford of Tony Martin. Out front, leading them all. Best lap times for each driver. They're on the left-hand side right now. All running real close together. So far we got 50.62. Tony Martin leads them all. You do get a bonus point for the fastest lap of the race. So if nobody can top that one by the end of the day, he'll get out of here with at least that. Martin's going to lead another one there. Takes him down into turn 1. 98 up high by himself right now. Stephen Haas going to dip back in behind Stu Rat. Momentarily, I guess. Trying to figure out if he's going to go high or low. Drivers could be pitting this time. It's going to be soon. We know that. When is it going to be? We see the 98 there of Jace Hott. He peeled off. He took it in the pits by himself. That was an interesting call. You do not want to be pitting by yourself here. And Stu Rat is way down low on the track. Oh, Stu Rat's getting loose with it. Oh, saves it. Little Tokyo drift going on. Well, that got exciting for a second. Stu Rat's not going to be with the draft, but I think a pit cycle here is going to save him. I believe your leaders are about to pit this time by, I would imagine. No, they're not. We got another person pitting by himself, and that's going to be the 022 of Tony Martin. So here he comes down pit road. That's going to relegate the lead over to the 84 of Stephen Hott. And he's still got the 22 of Jace Mullen out there, albeit a lap down. Still a useful pusher. Big gap growing between them right now. Stu Rat not far behind. And here come the 84 and the 22, making their way onto pit road. 22, nice and smooth. 84 locked him up a little bit. And here comes Stu Rat. So let's watch the gap now. How is this going to shake out? Is Martin going to be able to pass the backdraft cars that are sitting in the pits as we speak? He's coming through 3 and 4 right now. Stephen Hott getting tires. He's down and away. The 22, Jace Mullen, down and away. Stu Rat down and away. And here comes Tony Martin, though, screaming by. And oh, yeah. He's going to get by Stu Rat. Plenty of momentum there to get around the 84 and the 22. And he might have enough to close in on the 98. So Tony Martin to the lead. Tony Martin first. Stephen Hott P2. Stu Rat back there in P3. Looks like he's going to link up with Stephen Hott here. Get him up to Jace Mullen. And that pack of 3 is only about 4 seconds behind our leader right now, Tony Martin. With 17 to go. Did everybody get enough fuel? That is going to be the question. With 17 laps to go out of 75, you do not want to get all the way to lap 74 and run out of fuel. Up front here, Jace Hott not pushing the 022 of Martin. Obviously the smart team thing to do. But look at the speed difference. It's amazing. So about 176 is all he's managing right now for Martin. But then we click over to the 84, and he's pushing the 22 right now. It's 187 to 175, a 12-mile-an-hour difference they're going to have on him as they dip out and go around him. 188 miles an hour. Now this is where you see if Tony Martin can hang on to the end of that pack. This is what's so hard to do when you got a train like that that goes by you, is to get enough of a draft to get those RPMs up high enough, quick enough to stay with them. And he's going to do it. He is going to hang on to that draft. The 98 is going to close back in. So right now, the standings, not the way they look on your screen. 22's leading the pack, but that's not who's leading the race. Right now, you got the 84, Stephen Hahn, and the 19 of Matthew Stewart. The 022, Tony Martin. The 22, Jay Stalmolen. Then the 98 of Jace Hahn. So Jay Stalmolen right now technically still on the lead lap. Jace Hahn a lap down. But Jay Stalmolen is about 1 car length and 3 feet from going down a lap from that earlier incident. Oh, the 98 up behind the 022 gets him all kinds of sideways. What a save from Tony Martin. To go. That could have wrecked a whole night's worth of work. That line kind of snaking back and forth there. That's the sort of thing that can cause accidents. You have people coming across with the bumper just the wrong way. 98 there trying to side draft that 022 backward just a little bit. Here goes the 84. He darts out. Feel like he wants to take the lead here. The 19 is Stu Rat. See if he can get him up in front of the pack. The tight train of 3 on the outside. Stephen Hahn, Matthew Stewart, Jace Hahn, all tucked tightly together. And down comes the 84, the 19, about followed him into the 22 of Jay Stalmolen. That was close. I don't think the 19 expected the 84 to duck down there until there was at least 2 cars worth of room there. Well, that was close. Team communication may have saved that one. Or just good heads-up driving. $11 to go. Drivers are planning their strategies. How are they going to work this out? When do they make their move? Haught's going to pick up the bonus point today for leading the most laps. Around lead this one with 10 to go. Everyone minding their manners down the backstretch here. Not going to be like that for long, I promise. Stephen Hott, Chase Mullen. And right behind him, the 022, Tony Martin. Matthew Stewart back there in the 19 and the 98 of Jace Hahn. Just as we go through, they switch up the order. So now we got your leaders out front. Stephen Hott, Tony Martin, Matthew Stewart, 1, 2, 3. Leaders leading the pack here around Talladega with 9 to go in the Redemption Weekly Racing Series Xfinity Showdown. Only week 3. Plenty of time to get in and get some points. Look at Jace Hott. He's on the inside of Jace Mullen here. That was a close one. There is not any room below the apron there. Luckily, Jace Hott backed out of that one. Eight laps to go. Tony Martin all over the bumper. Stephen Hott. Jace Hott just about painting the back of that Kodak yellow blue. He is all over Jace Mullen's bumper. These cars like to get a big run off of the corner. That's really where you feel it the most. That pull from the other car. Which oftentimes is kind of disastrous because as these cars come out of the corner, the suspension unloads from being compressed down into that bankment. And that's when the car is the most light. Sometimes you get that push when the car is the most light, which obviously is not ideal. Down on the apron a little bit there for Stewart. Jace Mullen got to be kind of nervous with Jace Hott behind him. He is left, right, all over his bumper. Probably saying, come on, man, we're both a lap down. Don't turn me into the wall. Something like that, I'm sure. Working 5 to go right now. The leaders are waiting for the time to pounce and see which one of these lap cars is going to pull out and help them. Coming to the stripe, 4 to go. Hopefully they pack these cars full of fuel. They're going to be pretty much right at pit window when they cross the stripe and take the checker. I highly doubt anybody has enough for a green-white checkered. Like I said earlier, they've been pitting right around 17, 18 laps or so. That's right about what they're going to have run to take the checker. But no one's slowing down, no one's saving. No time for that right now. They are on the wood the whole way around this 2.5 mile speedway. No one moving just yet. Working 3 to go. Everybody's still in a nice tight line down at the bottom of the track all the way around. Each position here worth 2 points. And it all adds up over the season. 2 to go. The leaders will get the white flag next time by. Stephen Hott, Tony Martin, Matthew Stewart in contention here, all 3 of them. Stephen Hott will take them down into turn 3 and 4. The second to last time. No one's made a move yet. Looks like if they're going to make a move, it's going to be on the last lap. You got to try something. Who's it going to be to do it? Here we go. White flag's out for your leader. Who's it gonna be? Who's coming out of line here? The 84 trying to block the 022. He gets turned to the inside. Oh, and he's off the wall. Stu Rat winds up out front. The 84 out of this one, off the bumper of the 022. Stu Rat, huge push from behind from J. Stalmolen. Here he comes. The 22 and the 98, they make contact. 98 sideways through the grass. Stu Rat, your winner. Second place, the 022, Tony Martin. And Stephen Hott, after taking a tow, will come in third, followed by J. Stalmolen, lap down, and Jace Hott. So there's your winner, Stu Rat, the driver out of Red Oak, Texas. He'll win his first race of the year, not surprising, on a super speedway here at Talladega. I don't think the 84 of Stephen Hott is going to be able to join us up here for our usual top 3 photo session. There's Stu Rat. And Tony Martin, your second place driver out of Findlay, Ohio. Out in the Midwest there. And we got a picture of Stephen Hott's car for you because it is in pieces, folks. Thanks for joining us, though. We appreciate you. From Talladega, this is RWRS Xfinity Showdown Series. We'll see you guys next week.